Hi guys, welcome back to another video. We are going to be looking at the introduction then to the Midheaven. So this is the introduction. As soon as you get an understanding from this video as to what the Midheaven is, then feel free of course to go to whatever video suits you. So say your Midheaven is in Leo, then go to that video. If it's in Capricorn, then go to that video. But this video is just the basis of me educating you all as to what exactly the Midheaven is. Before we get started with this video, I would like to know in the comment section where your Midheaven placement is. Which sign is your Midheaven in? Now, the Midheaven, also known as the MC, that in short translates into the medium coli. So in your birth chart you have your fourth house, which is the IC here, which stands for the Imam coli. Opposite that, naturally, we've got the MC, which is the medium coli, but it is predominantly referred to as the Midheaven. I personally think Midheaven sounds a lot better, so hey, I can see why. This Midheaven is the point in the sky that at the place and the time of your birth, it was directly above you, okay? So it's the point in the sky directly above you when you were born. So you know how you have your ascendant. I've talked about the ascendant before. We have the ascendant here, and that's the sign that was rising on the eastern horizon, okay, during the time of your birth. But then right above that, above the skies, we've got the Midheaven. So it kind of goes like this. So everything's just flowing, you know, everything's just flowing like right down. Now this Midheaven is related to the point in your horoscope that shows you the direction that your life is going in. It's ultimately on the cusp of the 10th house, and the 10th house is the house of career. Now that doesn't necessarily mean that the career that we choose is defined by this Midheaven, but it's more that the Midheaven shows us what we really want to get out of a career, out of the occupation that we choose to go into. But it goes further than just that, because the Midheaven tells us about our reputation, it tells us about our public image, how we'd like to be really seen by the public, what we will really get credit and fame for within our lives. So this MC, this Midheaven, is really known as a point of fame and fortune. And furthermore, when it does come to our passions and our hobbies, our interests and our talents and things like this, it does require a whole look of the entire birth chart. So we're not just going to go to the Midheaven and see what we really want to do, or who we really want to be, and what we really want to work as. The whole birth chart will give us an insight into this. And that's exactly why within my previous video of starting this series, I did go into the 2nd and the 6th houses, because they provide further detail. But with this series, we're just looking at this Midheaven. Just briefly touching on actually with the Midheaven and the Ascendant, we're going to go back to that quickly. I just wanted to add this in for any of you who are interested in knowing the essential differences. So we have the Ascendant, which is known as, or it's related to your earthly environment, okay? But then we have the Midheaven here, which is related to the universal environment. And both of these points within your birth chart will define the nature of your birth environment. So by fully and positively expressing the sign that your Midheaven is in, you would then essentially be fulfilling the potential for making a contribution to the universe, okay? If you think about how it's associated with the public image, it's you going out into the world, into the universal world, be like, hi, this is me. And then we have the likes of technology, which of course is developed as the years have went on. And so naturally, whenever we go on social media, we are also expressing our Midheaven, because through technology we are expanding ourselves out to the world, right? That is the blessing and also the downfall of technology. So you could say, yes, the Midheaven is very much related to that universal environment. Furthermore, this Midheaven shows us the needs that must be met in order for us to express our vocational strengths. So no matter what the nature of our work life is, it's about approaching it in the style of the Midheaven. So try to think of it like that. So whatever occupation that you do essentially want to get into, this midheaven shows you how you go into that, how you express that. Take me for example, because I always like to use examples, and I just like to use myself because, hey, I think I know me a lot. So it's easier to explain when I refer to myself. But I have the Gemini midheaven, and I've decided that I want to make YouTube videos and do astrology and do birth charts, and that's a path that I've chosen to go down. But I'm doing it in a way where I'm really versatile, and I'm going in a little bit of this one, I'm trying a bit of this one, a bit of this one. I love that about astrology because there's so many gateways and pathways to it. And I think with the Gemini midheaven, Gemini is all about the versatility, and it can get very bored very easily, can get really restless. So the Gemini archetype requires the stimulation, the mental stimulation, the stimulation of being able to move from this thing to this thing to this thing to that thing. Like, going on to the Ascendant quickly again, the Ascendant is the sign that's rising on the east, like I said, during the time of your birth. Now, the Ascendant symbolizing, of course, the earthly environment. It's about using the Ascendant to essentially fit into the world. Okay, and using the sign that is expressed through this Ascendant to develop behavior of coping with your daily life. So essentially what I'm saying is that the Ascendant is how we try to really fit into the world, but then the midheaven is how we come out. The midheaven as well can really give us an indication as to what we will earn respect and recognition for. And it's these things that will become more and more important throughout our lives. So when it does come to this 10th house of the midheaven in relation to career, the suggestions for career here are being brought forward because they can give us an idea on how we can combine our fortunes with our personal interests. So I think that's why with this midheaven, why careers are brought forward, these suggestions for careers, because it's about the combining. So it's looking at the entire chart and saying, right, what interests you, what's your strengths, what's your weaknesses, what are you about? And then let's look at the midheaven and see, okay, how are you going to utilize that? How can you essentially combine your working life, right, with your interests? Here we go. I'm on YouTube and I'm combining a strong interest of mine, which is astrology, with a working life because I do birth charts, right? Anyway guys, this is my quick intro into the midheaven. I hope that I explained it in a way that you're able to easily understand what it's all about. So that's you. If you watch this, thank you so much. And now you are fully equipped. You are ready to step forward into your video, whichever video is relevant to you. Thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and of course if this is the first time you're finding my channel, then click the subscribe button, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!